shout out. You know what I mean? I do want to say this. I seen the Drink Champs interview, and I'm gonna get to what Fat Joe's talking about. You know what I mean? First of all, shout out to Noriega. Shout out to, you know what I mean, like everybody. You know what I mean? I seen that Ja Rule was in on the interview. I watched the interview. It was a pretty good interview about Irv Gotti. You know what I mean? And this is kind of like his story that he's trying to tell. I was mainly interested in it because, like, I used to work at Island Def Jam, like, back in the day, you know, and this is where I'm gonna get into the drama with Fat Joe and all, but this is when, you know, you got, like, what was it, Def Jam in the same building, you had Murder Inc., Violator, like, all these, like, companies were, like, in the same building, you know what I mean? So I got, like, a chance to kind of see a little bit of what was going on, a little bit from each different company, you know what I mean, from my perspective. My uncle is Joe Levert, you know what I'm saying? So I used to go out to New York, and I would have an opportunity to work at Def Jam a lot, you know? So I seen a lot, you know? And one thing I do want to say before I get into this, I didn't even know, you know what I mean? I ain't know, like, Irv Gotti like that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I ain't know him like that, but, you know, everybody talked. Like, they didn't really know everybody, you know what I'm saying? But everybody, like, talked, you know what I'm saying, about, like, the different, like, companies and stuff like that. But I didn't know, like, you know, Irv and Ashanti was, like, together and stuff. Like, I didn't even know that. You know, so I was kind of interested to watch the Drink Champs interview just to see, you know, exactly what was going on, because I didn't even know that. You know what I mean? But shout out to Irv Gotti, shout out to them. Listen, so I was watching it, and Irv Gotti detailed a lot of information about him and Ashanti, and you could tell, like, listening to the interview, that he's still hurt. And y'all know how it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have had that one person that got away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never really gonna be all the way okay with it, but you know what I'm saying? Imagine, like, y'all, I see a lot of people going at Irv right now. But y'all, it's kind of different. Like, imagine if you went, like, a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't get, like, you know, like, what's the dude that was with Aaliyah, Dame Dash, and people like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, normal people never really got to be with, like, people like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, imagine him being in a situation, you Irv Gotti, and you've got all this pool, you getting artists together, all this, whatever. But you get to a point, and you have an artist that you end up being in a relationship that happens to be one of the biggest artists that you create, like, around that time. And she's doing crazy numbers. She's known. And you in love with this girl. You know what I mean? And things end bad, right? He finds out that she's messing around with Nelly. Like no warning, nothing. Like, he just hears, like, an announcement, and he finds out, you know what I mean? Like, she's walking into a building with Nelly. You know, so he's, like, kind of upset about that. And then he's also upset about, you know, she's been wanting her masters, and he doesn't want to give her the masters, and she don't want to have nothing to do with Murder Inc. no more. And I'm kind of like, I see where a person can be upset or where they can be hurt about that. You know what I mean? And I'm not blind to it, like, oh, well, you just be, bro, that's Ashanti, bro. Like, come on, wait a minute. That's not regular. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand how he like, what? Like, I just made you lit and this happened, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's the nature of people. You know what I mean? Obviously, he had to learn that lesson years ago. You know what I mean? But I do want to say this. The way you talking about her, Irv Gotti, you know what I mean? Regardless of whatever, she could have been out here trashing you for years if she wanted to, and she never really did. I think she may have said something like once, you know, where she disclosed, like, you guys had something going on, but she never really, like, outed you or, like, made you, like, look bad. So for you to, I mean, unless you seen something else that I seen, but for you to, like, take it upon yourself and make a big segment, you know, going in on her, calling her out of her name, and, you know, running her character down like that, it's kind of just like, wow. You know what I mean? It's kind of wild. And, you know, like, with relationships, especially, like, when you in a position like y'all, you kind of want to leave things, like, on a kind of a neutral accord. You know what I mean? Because you got, you know what I mean? Y'all both powerful people. Y'all know people. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can, like, end up messing each other's, like, businesses up and relationships. Like, it happens. You know what I mean? So, like, to just go on, like, a tyrant about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, going in on her. I thought was really eye-opening, and it showed, and shout out to Noriega, like, he told you, he was like, yo, I don't think you over this, you know what I mean? Like, it shows that you not over it, bro. You not, you know what I mean? Like, acting like that, you not over that girl, bro. Ain't no way you over her acting like that. You know what I mean? And I see you like, oh, I got girls, I got that. Bro, you can have all the girls in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do. You got the money. You know what I'm saying? 200 million or something. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the girls in the world, but they ain't Ashanti, bro. Like, let's keep it real. They not. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the hurt and the pain with the situation. Now, shout out to Ja, before I get into the Fat Joe situation. Shout out to Ja Rule. I was annoyed with you being there because you was kind of cutting him off when he was starting to get, you know what I'm saying, to the everything we wanted to hear. But Ja acted as a friend, you know, and he kind of just like buffered the situation as much as he could to make sure Irv wasn't going a little too far. You know what I'm saying? And that's what friends are there for. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Now, I seen that Fat Joe quickly responded to all of this. You know what I mean? And he's basically saying like, yo, this is 20 years old and you still like, how you sitting up there like going in on her like that? You know, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, and he's saying like from his perspective, he didn't even know y'all was together. You know what I mean? So like, he don't even know why he's really being like, his name is being mentioned or brought up into any of this. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of saying that's like sucker stuff. You know what I mean? Is what he said. There's plenty of people that posted it. What he's saying, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm not going to do that because of copyright and all that. But, I mean, you can't get mad at Joe for getting annoyed with you bringing him up, like, in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Joe's talking. You know what I'm saying? And Irv did a lot of talking. And one thing that I think is kind of wild with you, Irv, is you kind of like, so you said your piece on Drink Champs. You said it multiple different times. But then you're like, it's almost like you're threatening, like, oh, well, I got a documentary and like, I'm really going to elaborate on that. Like, come on, bruh. You know, there's locker room talk, right? Like, you know what I mean? Guys might talk like, everyone, oh, man, I had that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. But you about to go in front of the world again? Like, running her down, bro? Come on, bro. Why? Because she don't want to have that, like you gotta get to a point in life to where you can let people walk away from you if they need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you there yet. And it happens like when y'all are in a position, y'all got millions of dollars, you got a lot of power, you got all these #1 hits, these records, and so many people like, you know, saying, you know what I mean, whatever y'all want to hear. And you get that one person in life that ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to let go of whatever attachment you may have to them. And, you know what I mean? Hard to let go of the ego. But sometimes you got to let it go, bro. And I think this was a demonstration of just how far, like, an ego can go. You know what I mean? Like, let her go, bro. Like, she don't want to be involved, bro. Y'all got Fed cases and all that. A regular person ain't trying to be involved in that. You know what I'm saying? It's something you got to understand. You know what I mean? But shout out to you. Shout out to Irv Gotti. Shout out to all your accomplishments. Shout out to Drink Champs. Shout out to everything that they're doing. I love that they're giving people their flowers before they not here no more. You know what I mean? But Ja Rule. That's what I want to say before I get out of here, bro. So one of the songs that I used to listen to, right? Because I'm a huge DMX fan. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like a DMX fan. Like, used to be my dog. You was in my... Like, that song Irv produced, and Ja was just hating on it. You know what I'm saying? But turns out the song was actually a diss to Ja. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? I knew X didn't really like Ja. Like, I knew that. You know, but I didn't know, like, that particular song, like, was real. Because the weird part about it, because whenever I looked at the song, I mean, I kind of did hear it was. You know what I'm saying? But whenever I looked at the song, it's like when you look at the writer's credits, it's DMX and Irv Gotti. So I'm just like, yo, and Irv kind of explained it. He's just like, I let Ja hear the song before because I was going to pull the record. Which really you went to Ja to try to see if you can, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure, like, you know what I mean? You cool with me putting this out? You know what I mean? So you don't want that record. You know it's a hot record. You got Jada Kiss on there, all these people. You know that's a lit record. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want that record to just fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? You probably just went to get approval from Ja, like, yo, this is what it is. But you got writing credits on that. So I'm curious of what the writing process was. You know what I'm saying? Are you helping out like with that album? You know what I'm saying? Or helping out with that particular song? You know what I mean? But Ja Rule, X ain't here, so I guess you could talk because you talking now. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Shout out to them. Like, I will say, like, any type of, like, I didn't know Irv at all. Like, I worked in Island Def Jam, you know what I'm saying? And everybody talked and stuff, but I didn't know him at all. You know, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, business-wise, I never heard anybody say anything bad. I heard a lot of things about, like, I ain't gonna say his name because he'll sue me or something. You know what I'm saying? I heard a lot of things about a lot of people, but I haven't heard, like, bad business about Irv. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Irv Gotti. Shout out to everything you've done. You've had a lot of accomplishments. Do not let this girl be, you know what I mean, like, the last thing that people remember from you for a while. You know what I mean? Don't go into your documentary just trying to destroy it. If she don't want to be a part of the documentary, bruh, let her go. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go. People don't want to be in your life. You need to watch the Tyler Perry movie, bro. And people don't want to be in your life. Some people are, well, what Tyler Perry say? Y'all know. Some people are branches. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they gon', you know what I mean? They with the roots and all that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, you got to let people go. Some people will leave. Some people will branch. You know, whatever he said. But she a leaf. You know what I mean? She was there for a minute and she flew away. Let her go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Shout out to Ja for being there for his friends. Shout out to Noriega. You know what I mean? I do like Drink Champs now that you're not drinking, bro. I do. You know what I mean? I think it's a great thing that you ended up checking that, you know, and, you know, you're trying to be better, you know, in life, you know, and I think that you ask better questions, you know what I mean? It's a lot less, you know what I mean? Everybody going crazy, you know what I mean? It's more detailed, you know what I mean? And I think you not drinking is helping, you know what I mean? But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.